A very good morning to you. Thank you so much for watching Good Morning Uganda on UBC TV. My name is Julie F. Nantaba, and it's time for The Real. But reminding you, we're doing live together, yeah? We are starting a morning together. So I want to know where you are watching us from. Just send us a selfie or a picture of yourself and tell us where you are watching us from. Capture your morning, your moment, your picture. Send it to 0709 602592. And the hashtag is UBCGMU. Now, while at it, let's also discuss matters law. Recently, the Uganda Law Society released its quarterly report covering the months of January to June 2026. And we're going to delve deep into what this report has as details, what was looked at, and what was discovered and concluded on. But also altogether, we're looking at the rule of law, rights, justice, and due process. And to have this conversation with us is Arthur Isiko, who is the treasurer at the Uganda Law Society. Be part of the conversation, 0709 602592. Ask that question as we all learn and relearn. Arthur, good morning.
Good morning to you, Madam Julie. Thank you so much for hosting the Uganda Law Society.
All right.
We are really thankful for this opportunity given to us by UBC. We don't take it lightly. It is an opportunity that helps us to bring out our mandate under Section 3 of the Uganda Law Society Act, which gives us a mandate to enlighten the public, advise government, advise the public on matters concerning rule of law, concerning access to justice. That is one of our core mandates. So such an opportunity helps us to bring this out clearly. I also bring greetings to the public from our president, Isaac Chimaze Semakade, the president of the Uganda Law Society, and the entire legal fraternity. We bring greetings to the entire public and to UBC in particular.
Right.
Yes.
It's always a pleasure hosting you and learning a thing or two from you. Now, looking at the report recently released by the Uganda Law Society on the 13th of August, and that is the quarterly report that covers January to June. What were the details and highlights in this report?
Yes, indeed, last week we did bring out that report to the general public. It is a rule of law report that captures months between January to June. It happened last week, and basically in that report we highlight the highs and the lows when it comes to rule of law. Most of the Ugandans have been following a lot of issues concerning the democracy and the governance in this country, from elections, from whatever happens connected to the elections. And in that report we did highlight some of the key, all the positives in the administration of justice. We did see quite a number of issues that happened. That is, if you look at the Constitutional Court, it came up and it annulled the Computer Misuse Act. It is something that we did point out in our rule of law report. We believe that it was a good step in the right direction, because it was able to clearly annul some provisions that were not in line with the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda. Ugandan out there, you should understand that the Constitution is the supreme law of this country. In other words, all laws, all subsequent laws that are made by Parliament have to be in line with the Constitution. So the Constitutional Court thought it wise, and indeed it annulled the provisions of the Computer Misuse Act, and that gave way. Some of the provisions that were annulled were issues to do with the criminalizing of certain activities, online activities that can be done by someone. So we believe that it was a right direction made by the Constitutional Court. That was a gain when it comes to rule of law. And also one of the issues we did note out in our rule of law report was the fact that there was regionalization of the Court of Appeal. You see, we have been only having the Magistrates Court and the High Court as those courts that are always everywhere. In other words, almost in every region you go, you will find a Magistrates Court. You will also find a High Court. But there are matters that go after the High Court. In case someone is challenging a decision of the High Court, for example, all capital offences by their very nature, they are tried in the High Court. So if someone wants to challenge that matter, supposing someone is in Gulu and he wants to challenge a matter that has been decided by a High Court in Gulu, ordinarily they were supposed to come to Kampala and lodge their appeal. But now the beauty is that now such courts have been spread out across the regions. We believe that is a gain. One, it will enable people access justice wherever they are, and two, it will reduce on the cost of justice. That means someone doesn't have to spend a lot of money traveling from wherever they are to come to Kampala. So that was something that was very, very important. Then we also note that the Parliament of Uganda also came up with some laws that we believe such laws are going to anchor or strengthen the rule of law. One of them, we see the Magistrates Court Act. That is some act that I came and really clarified on. They increased the jurisdiction of the magistrates' courts, meaning ordinarily the magistrates' courts could handle matters that don't exceed 50 million, meaning any matter that supersedes 50 million, you had to go to the High Court. But now that was increased. Now the Magistrates Court can handle matters as high as 200 million shillings, from 1 shilling to 200 million shillings. So that is something that we believe was very good. It broadened the jurisdiction of the Magistrates Court. And you see the magistrates are so many. If you look at the number of judicial officers in those layers, magistrates, High Court, and then those other courts, magistrates are more in number. And I believe that was the right decision, since they are more in number, and if you increase the pecuniary jurisdiction of the matters they can handle, that means it will reduce on the amount of cases that have been going to the High Court, and automatically it will reduce on the backlog that has been one of the biggest challenges that is being faced by courts in Uganda, because people have always been complaining, especially in matters that go to the High Court, that matters there ordinarily take longer compared to matters in the lower court. So I believe that is something good. There was also the Employment Act. It was amended recently. That was a plus because it strengthened also the procedures and the rights of employees in the country. Now their rights are kindly more spelled out, more clearer. The procedures, one, like an employer has to go through to maybe terminate or end the relationship between an employer and employee. All that was streamlined. Initially there was lacunas when it comes to summary dismissal. What are the procedures you follow? When it comes to the ordinary termination, what are the procedures we follow? So we believe there were good gains between January to June of 2026, and we believe some of those issues were able to strengthen the public confidence in courts of law. However, not everything has been good. There have been some challenges, and that is where, as the Uganda Law Society, we always come up with this report and also highlight the recommendations. We don't just point out the challenges, but we also highlight recommendations that need to be addressed by the agencies that it concerns. We saw quite a number of abductions or arrests where people have been arrested and their whereabouts. Sometimes it takes an application of habeas corpus to bring them before the courts of law. We believe that Article 23 and 28 of the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda are quite clear on the mode of arrest. Once you arrest someone, kindly take that person to a gazetted place, detention center. Criminal matters, take these persons to police, because ordinarily that is where someone can even have access. His family members can have access to him. If he needs a lawyer, the lawyers can have access. The doctors. So we believe that that is something, especially the security agencies, because they're the ones who have all the cases are always pointing towards that direction. So I believe that if that is improved, then rule of law will actually be more strengthened in this country. And then we also talked about the actions of the DPP, the Directorate of Public Prosecutions. They shouldn't just receive charges or complaints referred from police to them without investigating where has this person been, especially for such cases.
Right.
Has this person's rights been upheld by the persons who have been handling him, that is the police? Yeah, has he been detained for at least not more than 48 hours? Because ordinarily, any detention at the police should be 48 hours. So they should not just sanction files, they should really direct police on how the investigations should be. You know that the DPP is the one which directs the police when it comes to investigations. For example, if it is a theft matter, they will direct the police on where to put their focus. So we believe that the DPP plays a very critical role, and it shouldn't just be a mere spectator, especially on the activities that happened before the file is brought to them. And the same, I think, with the police. People shouldn't just be brought to the police without them inquiring where has this person been. Yeah, the first question I think any police officer should be asking, you have arrested this person, but where has he been? Have you arrested him from his home? Where have you? Shouldn't just take on cases where people are just brought and put to their attention, then they start investigating. We believe that is an area where the police should really put a lot of focus. The same with the courts of law. Of course, we congratulate them on that matter, one I've talked about, where they are now. And even so many other cases. The case I've talked about is probably the highlight. But there are so many other cases that are not even in media, involving day-to-day persons, that they have actually handled expeditiously and fast. We believe that they should maintain that. It should be seen in the general public that there is no any interference, there is no any undue influence. They should be seen to be independent. The judiciary should be seen to be independent in the exercise of their functions. There shouldn't be that feeling in the general public that, especially when it comes to some cases, not all cases, but for us in law, we normally say that political cases are the true test of the independence of the judiciary. A case where probably a leader in the government has the interest, and it is quite clear that is the true test of the independence of any judiciary, and they shouldn't be worried to make unpopular decisions as long as they are anchored in law.
Right.
Yes.
Very profound, and I appreciate you giving us the detail of that report, because it highlights a lot of the rights, justice, and the due process therein. You talk about political cases being quite a highlight therein. And a viewer comes through and says, "Good morning, Julie, and special greetings to Mr. Arthur. My question to him is, does the absence of their president affect the smooth running of their duties at some point? Lastly, I know Uganda Law Society is an independent body or organization with a president and a specific purpose. How comes they are much driven and diverted into politics that is not necessary as if it's a political party?" This is Cricket Derek Gagamel who is asking this question.
Yes, first of all, I want the public to understand that Uganda Law Society is non-partisan. Yeah, if you look at the Uganda Law Society Act that establishes the society, we don't have any political inclination. I think our inclination is towards the law. Yeah, that is why it is even called Uganda Law Society. I told you the Section 3 is quite clear on our obligations. We are supposed to ensure that the law is upheld, and that is why we're the number one supporters, anchors of rule of law. We have come out openly. Anything that is against the law, we come out openly and we challenge. And of course, since sometimes, not all the time, sometimes you realize that normally it it is the opposition, the civil society organizations, that are always saying, please, Uganda society, come to our aid. We are facing the following challenges. Recently, the civil society organizations were saying they were closed without following the due processes. Of course, as Uganda society, we come out and we clarify that the law is quite clear. The Constitution guarantees civil society space because they play a very, very important role. They assist government where government actually can't go. We understand government has immense powers. It has a wide area of coverage, but there are places where civil society assists the government to explain, because one of the critical roles civil society plays is explain to the general public issues concerning law, their rights, right to education, right to health care, and among many others. I asked something that has always been asked since last year, how we continue operations without the president of the Uganda Society. Of course, Uganda Society of this year, we operate under the 4 Ds, and one of the 4 the Ds is digitalization. We have really embraced digitalization, and in fact, one of the conferences that we all hold, our annual conference, is called the Digital Technological Festival, Digital Tech Festival. It happens in September. I think it shall be happening around 18th and 17th of September 2026. So we really embrace technology. Right. We hold meetings electronically, and we have quite a number of issues, radical new bar live sessions where we engage the public on all matters concerning the law, and those are done digitally. So that is something that we are in for. Justice, one of the issues to be discussed on is justice. Justice is fairness. If a claim is brought against any person in this country, we should see justice being done. The person should be given an opportunity to be heard. Right. Yeah, they should always disclose whatever claim, be it civil, be it criminal. In criminal cases, whenever someone is taken to a court of law, whether capital or minor offenses, they're supposed to even disclose the evidence against him so that he can prepare his defense in time to whatever claim that is being brought against him. They should have a lawyer of their choice. Someone should be able to, if he has the capacity to hire a lawyer, he should be able to have a lawyer of his choice. That is something that is guaranteed under the Constitution of the Republic of Uganda. So
that means that with what we've seen in the case of Dr. Kizza Besigye, yes, and all the co-accused, it's against the law? Yes.
Recently, if you follow, of course, there is a law of sub judice that we are not supposed to comment on whatever transpires in courts of law, because it might prejudice the judicial officer. But the bottom principle is that any accused person has a right to have a lawyer of their choice. If someone has the capacity to hire a private lawyer, then the courts of law, they have no duty to impose any lawyer on anyone, unless that person doesn't have. You saw the case of Onyum. Okelo Onyum. He was given state lawyers, state brief lawyers. Those are lawyers who are given to persons who are being charged of capital offenses when they don't have the capacity to hire a lawyer. But if someone has the capacity to hire a lawyer, then the courts of law should facilitate that process. They should facilitate. And recently I saw the decision, for at least that case has been determined, an application that was brought, where courts are even enlarging the process that someone can even have his lawyer virtually. We can provide such facilities. Talk about bail, because that is all about justice. But bail is constitutionally guaranteed. If you look at Article 28, bail is temporary relief. It is not an acquittal. When you are given bail, you get an out there, you have not been acquitted of the charges, so don't disappear. Don't say, since I've been given bail, bye-bye to court. No.
Interesting that you talk about bail. Recently, yes. We were privileged to host the PRO yes. of the judiciary, and yes. He taught us that bail, every Ugandan has a right to the application of bail, yes. but not necessarily bail, getting that bail in itself. Yes,
yeah, that is true. Of course, for you to be given that privilege of bail, you have to satisfy certain conditions, but that is a right that is available. You can choose to go
to apply for bail.
So once someone fulfills the conditions, yeah, then that person should be given a right to bail. Yeah. For example, if someone is not at flight risk, because normally I think one of the biggest issues they look at is flight risk. Yeah. If we give you bail, I know won't you disappear from the jurisdiction of court? Yeah. Flight risk is very, very important. I always use an analogy of, let's say, rebels. If they capture any rebel in the country, let's say Kony or any other person, yeah. If you grant that person bail, the chances are high he will disappear.
Right.
Yeah, but for issues where someone has probably, if their condition is paying of cash, and even the cash shouldn't be that high that it takes away someone's right of innocence. The constitution of this country is quite clear. Everyone is presumed innocent until proven guilty. So that is why, in fact, that is the basis as to why they give bail, because they assume that you are innocent, assuming you are detained for 3 years. Yeah. Then after the 3 years, court finds that you're not guilty.
Right.
That is so bad. That would have really violated your right to personal liberty.
Right.
Yeah, the Constitution provides for that, a right to personal liberty. Yes.
Very well indeed. Now, our time is always fast spent, and it's such an enemy. But if there's anything you'd want a Ugandan to understand when it comes to issues, rule of law, that is rights, justice, and due processes, in the most relatable terms, what would you want a Ugandan to understand as we close?
Yes, the Ugandan out there, I would really encourage you, whenever confronted with any issues of law, please take, especially if it is a criminal issue, take your complaints to the police for investigations. If it is a civil issue, land dispute, employment dispute, family dispute, please don't take the matter in your hands. Take these matters to the civil courts of law. Recently, I've been seeing quite a number of challenges, mob justice, yeah, where people are losing their lives, being maimed, losing their property. Yeah, that is because people don't want to take the law follow the due processes given by law, even to the judiciary, even to the executive arm. Ministers, MPs, please don't make directives, don't make administrative orders that are not in line with the law, because ordinarily orders are supposed, the directives are supposed to implement the law, not to make the law. So that would be my parting shot. I would want to thank the Ugandans out there for really listening in. I also thank UBC for giving us this opportunity to really teach the Ugandans, because failure to learn or understand the law is not a defense.
Right.
Yes. When you say, I didn't know that the law says A, B, C, D, please forgive me, they will not, because they will assume that you know the law. So whenever such opportunities come, please listen in and take any opportunity that avails itself to learn. These courts are always open. That is why we say justice should be seen to be done. Courts of law should be open to the general public. One of the issues I saw recently in the directives of the minister, save for other directives, was saying that in local councils it should be open. The journalists should be given access, displaying of budgets and etc. Those are things that help promote transparency and accountability. The same with our courts of law. The courts should be made open. There shouldn't be any case where people are denied an opportunity to understand what happens, especially in those high-profile cases, and even these other cases where the general public is not following that much. At least people who are available should indeed understand whatever takes place in such areas. Yes.
Very profound at that. Always appreciate having you to teach us on matters law and simplify the language. It's always important that as Ugandans, the language is simplified for us. Thank you so much, Arthur Isiko. He is the treasurer at the Uganda Law Society, and he's been speaking with us matters regarding the rule of law that is in line with justice, due processes, and the rights therein. I hope you've picked a thing or two that will help you at some point, but most importantly, do not take matters of the law in your own hands. Use the courts of law available, use the police that's available to you, and take on the processes that are available to you, so that at the end of the day you exercise justice and you receive justice as it comes your way. Sometimes it is delayed, actually, not even they say it is delayed, but if the right steps are taken, it's never denied. On your morning, do let us know where you are watching us from, and that is to 0753-10414. Text or WhatsApp, and share a picture of yourself, a selfie maybe, and tell us where you are watching us from. In just a bit, we'll be heading over to indeed look at most of your photos. We're starting off with Silva, who is watching us from Ginger. Thank you, Silva, for watching the show and following and waking up with us this morning and allowing us to start the morning with you. We do have Okanya Philip in Ororo, Amagoro. That is where you are located. Thank you so much for watching and being part of the show and allowing us to start the morning with you. It is such a privilege. Let's move on to Bosco Simire, who is in Tororo. Thank you, Bosco, for watching the show and allowing us start your morning with you. Thank you so much. It means a lot. Moving on to Edson Mohanji. Always a pleasure seeing you, Edson Mohanji, all the way from Entebbe, and thank you for always following the show. Now let's move on to Mwembeza Susan, who took that picture from Mwembezi Stewart, pardon me, who took that beautiful picture of the sunrise in Fort Portal City. Thank you, Mwembezi Stewart, for following the show and watching us. And moving on to, those are what has been displayed, but thank you so much for watching the show. We do appreciate, let me see, Edson, thank you so much. And there are those that came in early as soon as we had started. Julie and Robert, thank you for the show. Silva from Ginger, thank you so much for following the program. And Cricket Derek Gagamel, thank you so much with your mates for following. You do have Melanin Burner, and you are watching always from Luafu. Thank you. Today is your +1. Happy birthday to you. And indeed, may the new year be of full blessings. DJ Chibanda FM, thank you, the whole team from Chibanda FM, for always watching. Hello, I'm interested in your program of law on UBC. We do appreciate the Uganda Law Society for always coming through. And finally, Nyeko, watching from Gulu Independent Hospital. Fam there. Thank you so much for watching, and you're watching live from Gulu Independent Hospital and the family there. A big shout out to you. Thank you so much for watching UBC and for giving us the opportunity to start this Monday morning with you. Do stay tuned, because Good Morning Uganda does continue. Up next is GMU Tourism Express. We do have business and the agenda as well as sports. So still a lot in store for you. Good morning.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
My question is, what is the difference between rental tax and income tax? How comes I'm paying both taxes on my own premises? If you want to have a tin, but you are not making any income from your business, you should take on the obligation to continue filing your nil return.
Commissioner General, to invest in taxation, when people understand taxes and they know the importance of taxes and they know the fair assessment of these taxes they're supposed to pay, I think everybody will embrace taxation.
Does banning groupage cargo clearance protect small traders who cannot afford to import full container loads individually and rely on consolidation to remain competitive? Cargo to come in groupage is consolidation, it's legitimate, and we can't ban it. What we have banned, or what we have stopped, is the use of container leaders. Now, Fiona, the good news I have for you is that among the new tax proposals,
now you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790-141-887 and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them. Tune in to UBC News Tonight every Monday and Wednesday for expert insights and clear explanations. Buza Commissioner.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
Brought to you by Uniquely Ours. Explore Uganda.
Yeah, the lion we are seeing down there, that's the famous Jacob within the Kasenyi Plains here. Now, Jacob is one of the lions who has made headlines all over. When you look at Jacob, Jacob has 3 functional legs. One is not functional. Jacob was caught in a wire snare some 6 years back. Jacob migrated from the south of Queen Elizabeth. That's about 80 kilometers away from here. Came here with a brother called Tibu. Tibu is the shortest way of mentioning our Tibu Habura. I don't know if I've got it well. So they moved him from the southern, that is Ishasha. They came, it took them about 7 months to reach here. So when they reached in Kasenyi here, they faced a lot of resistance because we had the main breeding lions here that had conquered the plains. So they kept away for some time. So whenever they tried to cross, because they also were blocked by the channel, so it was not easy for them to cross the bridge. They made many attempts, they failed. But the last attempt they made, they swam through the Kazinga channel from the other fishing village called Kazinga, crossed this channel, which is about 1,000 meters wide, which record no lion has ever broken. So the 3 of them with the brother, but the brother disappeared because he was not collared. He's there, but we can't now separate. So they came and stayed at the peninsula for about close to a year. So when there was confusion here among us lions, they were fighting one another, they parted ways because the main breeding pride disappeared, moved to the other side of the park. So the Jacobs got a chance of penetrating here. Jacob, as you look at him, cannot hunt easily. But he has a brother who has been with him for all that time. So whenever the brother hunts, comes and moves him. They go together, yeah, eat food. Jacob also enjoys less privileges when it comes to mating, because usually the behind legs are the ones that give it support. But when you look at Jacob, the behind one of the legs is cut off. So Jacob is not actually enjoying all his rights, but he's a champion, he's a hero here, yeah, and he's freely to move. He freely moves around here. Secondly, when they came in, the brother was being fought because there was no access for it to come here. But when the other ones came to fight the brother, Jacob was left alone. No one touched Jacob. They would fight the brother, but for him he kept down. So lions also have envy, like human beings do. They can envy one another, but also on the other side, they also know the ones that have problems, like Jacob here. So they kept on sympathizing with Jacob up to now. So Jacob is free to move anywhere up to now.
All other animals, no family advantages.
What happened to the leg?
Yes.
So his brother literally feeds him. So if anything happens to his brother...
The brother is not far from here, but only that the brother is mating with one. You know, when it comes to that, there is a lot of privacy. So the brother is mating. That's why Jacob was the first to start mating. Really? But I think Jacob didn't perform his best. So the other one, so the other one went off. But he tries. He
You're a champion. He swam. That nigga swam.
Why is he panting like that?
Now the panting is because of the weather. Lions feed on meat, rich of proteins. So when it comes to digestion, when the body is converting food into energy, it needs a lot of energy. So in most cases, that's why when it gets hot, lions look for a cool place because they need where they can rest freely. So the panting is because of the meat.
So can we look for the brother?
We shall.
Make sure we find him mating.
But of
Privacy. Eh?
Brought to you by Uniquely Ours. Explore Uganda.
My question is, what is the difference between rental tax and income tax? How comes I'm paying both taxes on my own premises? If you want to have a tin, but you are not making any income from your business, you should take on the obligation to continue filing your nil return.
Commissioner General, to invest in taxation. When people understand taxes and they know the importance of taxes and they know the fair assessment of these taxes they're supposed to pay, I think everybody will embrace taxation.
As banning groupage cargo, clearance protects small traders who cannot afford to import full container loads individually and rely on consolidation to remain competitive. Cargo to come in groupage is consolidation, it's legitimate, and we can't ban it. What we have banned, or what we have stopped, is the use of container leaders. Now, Fiona, the good news I have for you is that among the new tax proposals,
Now you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790 141 887 and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them. Tune in to UBC News Tonight every Monday and Wednesday for expert insights and clear explanations. Booza Commissioner.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
Welcome to business. Let's begin with local manufacturers who have been recognized for their excellency over the years in producing quality products. Honorable Minister of State for ICT was the chief guest and pledged total support to them in manufacturing production of quality products.
Providing opportunities for value addition to Uganda's raw materials, creating employment and strengthening local supply chains. Government is now urging local manufacturers to take advantage of this growing economic environment by investing in quality, innovation, and modern production technologies. State Minister for ICT Alioni Odria pledged financial support to manufacturers through their respective line ministries to help them increase production and compete on the global market.
He has a task to give a comprehensive report on the market for manufacturers and producers and agricultural, those who are involved in agriculture, your products. We are going to produce for you a report in regard of government's commitment working with all of you.
The remarks were made during the 2026 Annual Business Excellence Awards in Kampala, where local businesses were recognized for excellence in production and service delivery. Kampala City Industries Limited was among the companies recognized, receiving the award for the best manufacturer and supplier of tissue products in Uganda. Kampala City General Manager Yala Kandamuri attributed the recognition to the continued confidence of customers in the company's products.
It is a great honor to be here tonight to receive this Business Excellence Award for our brand Silky, and this award belongs to our customers. Thank you for welcoming our brand Silky, Cozy, Softy and Cleano into your homes, offices and businesses and every day. Dear customers, your trust in our brands inspire us to keep going and keep improving. And this award belongs to our entire team. It reflects their hard work, passion and focus on delivering the quality products with a great service.
The Chief Operations Officer at Consumer Excellence Awards, Agnes Olowo, said the awards are intended to recognize businesses that have consistently maintained quality in their products and services.
Business Excellence Awards was designed or was put in place to recognize businesses that have done so well over the years. Here we look at quality of products, we look at visibility, we look at customer experience, we look at customer service, and among others. We want to thank the clients out there, we want to thank the customers. The reason why you participate in Business Excellence Awards is because the consumers are giving back to you.
Several hospitals were also recognized in different categories for excellence in service delivery.
Also, I want to appreciate Consumer Publications for recognizing TMI International Hospital as the best innovative entity in healthcare in Uganda.
Following a high-level directive from the 4th Cabinet meeting held on July 20th, 2026, the Ministry of Trade, Industry and Cooperatives has officially launched an ambitious drive to strengthen Uganda's egg and baby food industry. The initiative is ordered by President Yoweri Kaguta Museveni, aims to transition the country towards a self-sustaining economy by maximizing the value of local agricultural outputs.
As part of the national assessment of Uganda's egg and baby food industry, the State Minister for Industry, Honorable David Bahati, has conducted an inspection of Pristine Foods Limited in Kamuli A Village, Chireka. Pristine Foods currently stands as the only egg processing facility in East and Central Africa, making it the focal point of government's new industrialization strategy. During the visit, Minister Bahati emphasized that the development of the egg industry aligns with the government's 10-point program specifically the goal of building an integrated and self-sustaining economy.
Self-sustaining and integrated in the sense that the bakeries in Uganda will buy products, liquid egg, from this factory now. So Turkey doesn't have to transport trays of eggs.
He noted that by processing eggs locally, Uganda can significantly reduce its import bill.
And we are now importing $30 million of mayonnaise, according to Joel. And importing this means that you are exporting jobs over Ugandans.
The government's resolve includes a dual focus on economic growth and social welfare.
I'm under instructions as the Minister of Industry to develop the eggs industry. And Joel Prestina Foods Limited has started, and we should be supported. So we're going to look at the requirements that they need and see whether government can be of any help.
Joel Guma, the managing director of Pristine Foods, highlights the technical advantages of processing.
Uganda was struggling with bird flu, where our eggs are being blocked from going into Kenya and Rwanda, and bird flu could be sorted out if you had an egg processing factory where you'd process products and you're able to kill this bug, that H1N5 that's in the egg, and then it is fit again for human consumption.
80% of Guma's workforce are young people under the age of 30, and the business supports countless others across the supply chain, from farms to roadside vendors. In response to the President's directive, the ministry is currently finalizing an assessment of Uganda's egg production capacity and a review of existing processing infrastructure. Minister Bahati promised to mobilize farmers and address the requirements needed to develop a massive industry of eggs that will support both the parish development model and large-scale factories. Wadulo Arnold Mark for UBC.
For the story, now let's take a look at Forex exchange rates as of Friday, the 14th of this month. Beginning with the United States dollar, which was buying at 3,705.414 and selling at 3,715.14. The Great Britain pound was at 5,000.45 and selling at 5,016.92. The euro was at 4,275.36, selling at 4,287.64. The Kenyan shilling was at 28.64, buying and selling 28.76. The Tanzanian shilling was at 1.38 and selling at 1.41. Now going to Rwanda, the currency was at 2.51, buying and selling at 2.53. That is as of Friday. So in case you're interested in doing some money exchange here and there, those were the rates as of Friday. See you later. Julie will now take you on with so much interesting conversations in the agenda and also more regarding you, our viewer. Keep it with us.
Live from UBC Studios in Kampala, this is Good Morning Uganda.
Pick of the day on UBC. Was brought to you by
I'll call you every day, yeah yo, baby dundolo.
You can now get all the Chibuzi out with MTN voice bundles. Call all networks, Kubei Dondoro. Buy a 25-minute voice bundle for only 1,000, or buy any daily voice bundle of your choice. Dial *100 *21 hash and select daily, or use the My MTN app. When we talk together, we are unstoppable.
My question is, what is the difference between rental tax and income tax? How comes I'm paying both taxes on my own premises? If you want to have a tin, but you are not making any income from your business, you should take on the obligation to continue filing your nil return.
Commissioner General, to invest in taxation. When people understand taxes and they know the importance of taxes and they know the fair assessment of these taxes they're supposed to pay, I think everybody will embrace taxation.
As banning groupage cargo clearance protects small traders who cannot afford to import full container loads individually and rely on consolidation to remain competitive. Cargo to come in groupage is consolidation, it's legitimate, and we can't ban it. What we have banned, or what we have stopped, is the use of container leaders. Now, Fiona, the good news I have for you is that among the new tax proposals,
now you can get direct answers. Send your tax-related questions via WhatsApp or SMS to 0790-141-887, and the Commissioner General of URA, John Musinguzi, will personally address them. Tune in to UBC News Tonight every Monday and Wednesday for expert insights and clear explanations. Booza Commissioner.
The government's core mandate is to maintain law and order, safeguard citizens' rights, and provide essential public services.
Remember, one of the pillars of a roadmap is innovation and entrepreneurship.
There has been this question of how are you protecting our indigenous seed?
It's going to be a tall project. That answers somebody's question.
For the past 20 weeks, the front bench has brought you insightful discussions on governance, security, healthcare, justice, and commerce.
Why do you go through this complicated procedure, involve the lawyers? You bring the case against him, the judge will hear you out and pass judgment, and you're out of court in record time.
We remain committed to keeping you informed and engaged on key national matters.
So these are huge, these are powerful organizations which now Uganda chairs. Why don't you come together?
If we haven't migrated to the e-card, because of various reasons, including that not all the people of Uganda have smartphones.
You can sit in your house, apply for a passport. If you have a Ugandan who has a successful logistics firm in the US, it means he can come to Uganda and do a lot more.
Now airing every Monday at 8:30 p.m. with me, Jethro Kasaiji, your interface with the government only on your public broadcaster, UBC, Inspiring Uganda.
Live from